Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Getting to Know Under Pressure characters. Today, we're going to be talking about our leading lady, Marley. Marley is played by me, actually, because I straight up Lin-Manuel Miranda that. And that's on getting a lead role. Just write a musical and make yourself the lead. That's how you do it. It's that easy. Marley is the co-main character with Cecilia and Peter, who are her best friends. She's very sarcastic, and there's actually quite a few moments in the show where she uses her common sense to guess what's going on in the hotel, and she's right. I get annoyed in movies and TV shows when the main character is just clueless the whole time and everything is slowed down, when obviously if they just used their brain a bit, they can figure out that, hey, something doesn't make sense, and I can't do anything about it, so I'll just go with it, because what else can I do? Because there are just some moments where people need to, just roll with it, and that's what Marley does, because she's a normal human being. And she hates being stubborn, because almost everybody she knows is stubborn, and it's very annoying. It's definitely not based off of real life. You know who you are. I'm joking, kind of. So she's agreeable when it comes to opinions, but if you're just downright wrong about something, she'll call you out. Because she's kind of a know-it-all, but in a, I don't really know, so don't depend on me kind of way. It's like in Among Us, when somebody calls out the imposter and is right, but acts so unsure of themselves for fear of being wrong that nobody listens to them. And then they realize, well, why were you so unsure? Because you were right. And they're like, I don't know. It's me. Marley doesn't have a lot of friends where she lives, and her only friend was Cecilia before she moves. And now she has a bit more friends by the end of the show, but none of them live near her. They live in Paris. A lot of characteristics about Marley are based off of myself. More about myself when I lived in the place that I lived before I live where I live now. Very specific, I know. I had friends, but I had more people in that town that I was just so annoyed with, and I despised them, so it's a bit more difficult to remember the good people I knew. I was okay. People would be mean to me, but I just reminded myself that they were idiots and I was gonna leave them all behind soon and move away. So Marley's sort of the me before I left, and Cecilia's the me after I left. In real life, I would never be friends with myself because I'm too annoying, and even if we agreed on the same things, we'd feel like we have to compete with each other, even though we're literally the same person. How did I start talking about being friends with myself? Anyways, Marley. Since Marley is based off of myself, I obviously had to make her favorite musical a Spring Awakening. Cue the air horns. I knew I couldn't write a whole thing without making just a Spring Awakening joke here and there. And I was like, well, that's not going to make sense for people who don't know the Spring Awakening show. So I made sure to make it clear that Marley's a fan of Spring Awakening. Like myself. And did I mention that she's short? Did I mention that she's literally just me in cartoon form? Except my hair looks different now, but nobody cares about that. I don't even know why I said that. I can't really think of more stuff to say about Marley, but I wanted to start making these videos because it's hard to get people excited about something that doesn't exist yet, and I want to be able to somehow draw people in. And on my Instagram right now, I'm making a bunch of these little short animations with the Under Pressure characters, but nobody knows who they are, so nobody finds them entertaining. I'm sure they find them entertaining in the sense that they're cartoons, and cartoons are entertaining, but nobody knows their backstories and who they are. And on YouTube, I see people doing speed paints and talking behind them. Now, granted, most of these speed paints I see, they're either talking about, YouTube drama or, political drama and criminals and stuff, but I'm not that in tune with current events in the world, so I would not be good at that. And I am so scared of being wrong about anything that I would just be like, I don't know. Like Marley. Did I tell you that she's based off of me? Don't know if I mentioned that. Anyway, I thought I would talk about the character I'm drawing in the video rather than stuff I don't know anything about, or like reading a Q&A, because nobody asks questions in those. It's fine. I'm fine. This is probably gonna end up being the longest video on my channel so far. The second one being Cult Club, the song, which is the first Under Pressure sneak peek. So you should go check that out if you haven't already, because I worked very hard. I'm working very hard on the whole thing. And I remember I made the decision to decide to post that on Halloween like a week in advance, and I only had like a fourth of it animated, so I cracked down for a whole week just trying to finish animating it, and it was exhausting. So yeah, that's why I made the due date for this very vague, so that if like I skipped it, I'd be like, yeah, it's still spring 2021. I just know it's gonna be released in 2021 because I have to get the recordings from the people and put it in, because we can't meet in person because, first of all, there's a certain thing going around right now. It's like keeping us all in quarantine. I don't know if you've heard of that yet. So I figured out a way for us to all like be a part of this from the comfort of our own homes, and even in different states, because we have cast members who don't live in here where I live. Very specific, I know. But yeah, I'm glad. I've definitely had to recast a few people, and that's been stressful, but I think I have a good cast, and that this is going to end up being epic, and I hope that I can get you all, whoever is seeing this that aren't my castmates, excited about this, and that you'll maybe give this video a like and subscribe to meet more Under Pressure characters and eventually see them in action in the musical coming spring of 2021. And if my calculations are correct, we're getting towards the end of the video, so I would just like to say thank you so much if you've watched up to this point. Share this with people you think might be interested in comedy, thriller, cartoon musicals, and I'll see you next time with the next episode of Getting to Know Under Pressure characters.